Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought we'd have a look at this which just arrived in the post today. Basically what we've got here is the cheapest SD2IEC disk drive replacement for the C64 that you can get hold of, I think. It's not like the fancy ones all cased up or anything. It's bare bones, this. Now I will say before I start doing this, before I crack into it, I was planning on actually showing this thing up and running in this video, but unfortunately I just tilt you around to my my trusty old C64. Now it does normally run on this little monitor here, but obviously because I was planning on filming it and these CRTs aren't very nice to film, I've just connected it up to the monitor that I normally use with my A600 here. But unfortunately, now I haven't used the old C64 in a while, I must admit, and it mustn't have liked me neglecting it, because if I switch it on, it's just giving a black screen. So it looks like we're going to be doing some fault diagnostics on a C64 before too long. I do have a couple more C64s, so it's just they're in storage. I'm going to have to probably take me an hour to dig one of them out, and I just wanted to do this as a quick video, like. Excuse me. So unfortunately I can't show it you working until I get a working C64 sorted out, but I did think we would have a quick look at what we get in the pack. So I'll open this up. I have had it open before, obviously. We'll open it up and I'll show you what we get. We get a note, which has basically got some basic setup information. It does really refer more to using it with a VIC-20. It doesn't matter, the unit's exactly the same. It'll work with a VIC-20, it'll work with a C64, it'll work with a Commodore Plus 4. Or a C16, same thing really, and that's what we get. Like I say, it's not like the ones that you see, all the fancy ones with a nice little 3D printed case or anything, but this was somewhat cheaper than one of them. Let's open the packet and let's have a quick look what we've actually got in here. This is where I can't find my bloody scissors, and it's not one of them packs with a little nick in it that you can just tear. Don't laugh if I tear a finger open using a blade to do that. There we go. There we are. Let's see what we've got in here. Right. So we have a basically we have a connector there for parasiting 5 volts off the tape line. Seem to have a reset switch with some funky kind of cable tie around it, which I can't see the end of. Don't think it's an elastic band. Yeah, oh, it's an elastic band, that's why. So we get a funky little reset switch there. We get a cable like that with the 5-pin DIN on it to go into the serial port on the back of the C64. And obviously that's where that little reset switch plugs in. I presume it's a reset switch. It could be. There's that many different iterations of these boards. They all have slightly different features. It could be a menu button. So you hit that and it brings your menu up. I'm not sure. I'll find that out anyway when I start trying to use this thing. But yeah, that's basically what we get. Now the reason I actually got one like this is there's two reasons I got one like this rather than the nice fancy cased up version. One was the price. I haven't mentioned the price. This is just this was £26, where most of the other ones are pushing on like the £50 mark. Now, okay, yeah, you get a fancy little case and you get an SD card with loads of software already set up on it, and you're pretty much ready to plug and play and go. As where this obviously with no case for it, and it doesn't come with an SD card, but all you need is a 2 gig SD card or 2 or 4 gig is absolutely ample for all your C64 stuff. And basically what you do is you need to format your card in either FAT16 if it's 2 gig or less, or FAT32 if it's like 4 gig or larger. So nice and easy to do. You can just do that on a normal PC. There's a bit of software you need to download off the web. You stick that on your SD card and you can then basically run it using this thing. It does tell you all basically what you have to do. I mean, it's literally type load comma star comma dash hyphen star hyphen comma 8. It's basically what you'd load if you was just loading a standard floppy disk. Then running it brings a file browser up, and you can navigate all your .d64 files from there and just load them on the C64, or indeed what you're going to plan running on this. If this thing's decent, what I'm planning, this particular one I'm going to find a nice little case for and mount it all up in a nice little case, and just be able to use it with any either C64 or C16 or VIC-20 or whatever I want to. But in the future, if I'm happy with it, I'll probably buy another one of these, and I am planning on building like my ultimate custom C64, something that I'm going to keep for myself for all my C64 use. And I've got a couple of cases I've got in mind which are in not in great condition, and I don't mind doing a bit of hackery on. They're not actually even C64 cases, if I'm being brutally honest, but I do have a notion of an idea of something I want to do. And one of the plans for that is actually to mount one of these internally into it. That's something that will end up going down into my games room. So instead of having, if you can see with my C64 setup, I've never bothered before with SD2IEC for the simple reason that obviously I've got the normal tape, but I have a pair of disk drives there set up, and I've got literally hundreds and hundreds of backup, shall we say, games here on a floppy disks that I got off someone a few years back. So I've never really bothered with the old SD2IEC way of loading on the C64, because up here, to be honest, I'm fine using disks. I'm quite happy using floppy disks, but where I've got my games room set up, I don't quite have that amount of room to be able to have the C64 and a big box of floppy disks and a floppy disk drive and a tape drive all set up. So my custom built C64 with one of these mounted internally to it, and I can basically just have every bit of software I want to run on that computer on an SD card and just run it from inside the computer. And the only thing I really need connected up to the computer is its power supply and a joystick, and I'm ready to do all my C64 retro computer gaming on that. So yeah, that's basically the reason I picked this thing up. Like I say, I'm sorry I couldn't show it working in this video, but I will do another video, possibly linked with getting that C64 going. That's if I can't dig one of my other C64s out. And we will have a look at getting the software working on this, and actually show it you up and running. But I thought I'd show you what in a £26 in an SD2IEC adapter will actually get you. So it's not bad at all. And like I say, if you're planning on building your own custom case or doing what I'm planning to do with another one of these, well, like I said, this one I will case up, so I'll probably do a video on showing you that when it's all cased up. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I've got a few little ideas. It won't be anything fancy, it'll just be something practical. But yeah, so that's the plan for that. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. Like I said, I know it's nothing fancy, sorry I can't actually show it working just now, but that will be coming. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.